Hi everyone, this is Anna with Homemade Home, and I am making bread today, so I thought I would take you along. I am adding 4 cups of water to my mixer, and to that I am going to add 2 tablespoons of yeast. Now, I just keep my yeast in a jar and I keep it in my fridge and it keeps it fresh because I buy the big thing at Sam's. And so, let me show you what yeast I use. I use this instant dry yeast, 1 pound, and it comes with 2 pounds of yeast. So anyway, to this, after I add my yeast, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of oil and a 1/2 cup of honey, or 2/3 cups of sugar. It's your choice, but we use local honey and not mine. And I am pouring the oil. And you always want to do the oil first in your measurement. And I use Pampered Chef products, as you know, because I'm a Pampered Chef consultant. So, and then you add your honey to that. And whenever you pour it out, it won't be all stuck to it. And I might have to get the other jar of honey. And I just use Louisiana Gold Farmers Honey Farm. Come on out. Okay, I'm gonna fill this up. I'm gonna scrape it down because this is the end of the jar, and I might have to get the other jar. And I'll bring you back. Okay. And this I had to add to the other honey. It's still Louisiana honey. I got this at a different farmer's market in Abita. So this is also honey that I use too. So now I'm going to add in my honey, and see how it just pours out so nice because you put the honey in already. I mean, because you put the oil in. It just comes so nice and out. And then I'm going to let this set for 5 minutes and let my yeast start activating. And I don't have to do that, but I do it anyway. So, and I will bring you back when it's ready. Okay, so I added 5 cups of flour into my yeast mixture. And I am mixing it. You want to mix it very well till all the flour is incorporated into the 5 cups of flour. And I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to let it down, and I'm going to put a towel over this, and I'm going to let it rise. It's going to come up here to the top. And then it's only going to take like 5 to 10 minutes to do so. And then I'm going to add another 5 cups of flour. And once it rises, I'm going to bring you back and I'll show you the process. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes or so, maybe a little longer, maybe like 15 minutes or so, because I was making supper. So this has risen. And I'm going to turn, sorry about the background, but that's the microwave, on my mixer. And I'm going to raise it back up. I do it like that so that it doesn't get stuck to the top of that thing right there. And I'm going to add in 5 more cups. And I do it at 1/2 cup at a time. 1. Okay, so I have added 7/2 cups so far. And I'm on my 8th one. And you gotta go slow or it'll bounce out of your and go everywhere. And I don't know if I said it or not, but this makes 3 loaves, and I usually have enough for like some rolls. So you could cut this recipe in half if you want it, and it works just fine. I've done it before and it worked just great. Okay, now I'm gonna let this knead for 5 minutes in my mixer, and I'll bring you back after that 5 minutes is up. Okay, so it took 13 cups of flour, and it usually only takes 10, but I guess today, because it rained and the humidity is high and all that, it took 13. So this is probably going to yield me more than 3 loaves and some rolls. It's probably going to yield me 4 loaves and some rolls. So I'm going to put oil in my pan. Stop, Zachary, please. Thank you. And I put the bread in my bowl, and I'm going to cover it and let it rise until it doubles in size. And I will bring you back when that happens. Okay, my bread has risen, and I am sprinkling flour. Was already on my table that I put here. And then, because it was a little sticky, so I wanted to add a little bit more flour. Just a little. And then I'm going to knead this a little bit more. Get the air out of it. Not too much, because you don't want to over knead it. And I already kneaded it really good in my mixer. And just to, if you don't have a mixer and you wanted to knead your dough, you just pull it forward, out. And I'm showing you with one hand. And once I get my tripod, these videos will be a lot better, but now, for now, it's just this. So, you're going to pull it in and slide it out. Pull it in, slide it out. It's like you're stretching it. If I had 2 hands, I would use 2 hands, and I would bring the other part back as I'm going forward with this one. And if you are hand kneading this, you're going to need to, in the beginning, like you need to hand knead this for 10 minutes. Okay, now that I have it to where I want it, I'm going to cut it into pieces and how much I want on each loaf. And this one's going to be too big, so I'm going to cut some of that off after. But I usually just cut it into 4s. And I know that the middle 2 is going to be bigger. So, that I'm going to take off some, and I'm going to come back when I have divided it all and show you how I do my loaves and my rolls.
What?
Okay, I have flattened out my piece of dough, and this is how it's kind of sticking. I roll it up. Trying to one-handed here. And then I fold it like this. And you're going to close it. And then you're going to stick your hand in this, push it in, and then flip it up. And I'll redo this video when I get my tripod in, just so you can have a better video. But you just stick your hand in, flip up, bring it over, and then you're gonna kind of, oh, got my knife stuck to it there. And then I have my pan here. Yes, my baby. Sorry, my son's right here. And I just use oil and I make sure it's nice and coated. And then I put this in there like that, and then I flip it. And then I press it down so it knows where to rise to. And then I'm going to put this on my hot oven, on my hot stove, and let it rise. And this is my other one. And this one's going to be smaller than this one, but that's okay. And then let me show you how I do my rolls. I put oil in my pan. Okay. And here's my dough. And I grab it like this. And I squeeze just like that, and then I make it a ball. And I put it there, and then it's gonna rise, and I'll bring it back once I have all these done. Okay, and I have put my rolls in my pan, and they're going to rise, and I have a little bit of dough here, and I'm going to do a cinnamon
Go.
a cinnamon swirl bread.
Yeah.
And what I do is I roll it out really thin. I cut 3 lines, and I do cinnamon sugar and little butter on, like I butter it, and then I pour a little cinnamon sugar on the lines, and then I close them, each line, and then I twirl it. And I'll do a step-by-step video for that, but tonight I just wanted to give you the basics, and whenever I get my tripod, I'll definitely do this video over and do all the different things you can do with this one type of dough. So thank you, and I'll bring you back after it's baked and I can show you what the end product looks like. Okay, this is when you want to bring them and put them into the oven because they're going to rise more into the oven. And then this is my cinnamon sugar bread. And I will do that in another video when I have two hands or someone to record for me. So I'll bring you back when everything is finished. And you're going to cook this for about 20 to 25 minutes in the oven. This one cooks 15 to 20 minutes in the oven. And so is the rolls. But the bread definitely needs 20 minutes to 25 minutes on 350, 375 in the oven. Okay. And I'll bring you back whenever, and then I put butter all over them. It's got nice, soft, and I will pull one of those apart for you because I don't want to mess up the bread. But the bread is just like this, so. See how it's nice and moist. It's the best bread ever. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe and be blessed, and thanks. Bye.